Ask our Officer White to call us to order.
All rise. February 19, the Shelbyville City Council is about to commence. Please silence all cell phones and noise-making devices. We ask that you remain standing for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. At the conclusion of tonight's meeting, this building will return to a secured building. We ask that if you have any business to conduct following this meeting, to do so within 5 minutes and then depart the building. Thank you.
Brother Ray Armstrong, would you come forward and offer prayer for us?
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this day and for all your many blessings. We are especially grateful tonight for the privilege and the freedom to gather here to conduct the business of our great city. God, it's our desire tonight that you would give wisdom. You would be in this place in a mighty way. Lord, you provide the guidance that's needed, and Lord, to help us go forward as a city. So thank you for all you do, for your many blessings, and for each one that's gathered here tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Would you join me in the pledge of allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. May be seated. Roll call, Lisa.
Councilmember Christie.
Here.
Councilmember Ewing. Present. Councilmember Feldhouse.
Here.
Councilmember Hale.
Here.
Councilmember Isaacs. Here. Councilmember Turnbull.
Here.
We have a quorum with all members present. Mayor?
Thank you, Ms. Smith. The next item is to adopt the agenda that you've had in your hands for a few days. There are no amendments?
No amendments?
Okay. Do we have a motion on that? To adopt the agenda?
I make a motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Okay, thank you. The consent agenda, I'm going to read this to you. All items in this portion of the agenda are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council, may be approved by one motion. However, a council member may request that an item be removed or for separate consideration. A, approval of city council minutes of the following: study session of January the 3rd, 2023, regular meeting of January the 12th, 2023, special call workshop December the 13th, 2022, special call workshop December the 14th, 2022. B, accept all monthly reports from January. C, accept the treasurer's report from December. D, approval of all accounts payable in January. E, authorization to forward the Swing Estates annexation request for 124 acres located on the south side of Union Street and reference on Bedford County Tax Map 079, parcel 047.00 to the Planning Commission for further study. F, approval of and authorization for the mayor and city attorney to sign the professional services agreement in the amount of $165,000 with Griggs and Maloney for a preliminary engineering report on the city's plume and flood pump system. G, approval to declare a 2012 Honda Civic VIN number 8501 as surplus through governmentdeals.com. This vehicle is a court-awarded seizure through the police department, and proceeds from the sale will be replaced in the police drug fund. H, authorization to purchase a 2023 Ford F-150 4x4 crew cab truck with upfitting of all equipment from Lonnie Cobb Ford, Henderson, Tennessee, through the Tennessee statewide contract 2009-75347 in the amount of $54,920 for the police department. This purchase will be made through the drug fund and assigned to the Criminal Investigation Division. I, the authorization to purchase a 2023 F-150 responder vehicle with upfitting of all equipment from Lonnie Cobb Ford, Henderson, Tennessee, through the Tennessee statewide contract 2009-75347 in the amount of $47,865 for the fire department. This purchase replaces one approved by the council at the November council meeting due to availability issues. The approved amount at the November session was $48,011, and the original FY23 budgeted amount was $39,700. J, authorization to purchase a 2023 Ford F-150 4x4 extended cab pickup with upfitting of all equipment from Lonnie Cobb Ford in Henderson, Tennessee, through Tennessee statewide contract 209-75347 in the amount of $42,883 for the Parks and Recreation Department. This purchase replaces one approved by the council at the September council meeting due to availability issues. The approved amount at the September session was $35,319, and the original FY23 budgeted amount was $30,000. Anyone want to remove any item? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Smith, can we have a roll call?
Councilmember Feldhouse,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs,
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow.
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you. Public hearings, there's none. The next item is a consideration of a motion to allow city attorney to read caption only on ordinances and resolutions. Do I have a motion to do that?
Make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All old business, ordinance, second and final reading, none. Counselor? Please.
On your first ordinances. Your first ordinance is an ordinance of the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee to approve the rezoning of 1.1 plus or minus acres owned by Ben Livingston located on the west side of Sevier Street and referenced on Bedford County Tax Map 78I, Group B, Parcel 7.11, 7.12, and 8, from General Commercial C2 zoning district to Medium High Residential Density 4-3A zoning district, and repealing any ordinance or portion of ordinance in conflict therewith.
Do we have a motion on this ordinance to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Lisa, would you roll call vote, please?
Yes, sir, I'd just like to remind everybody that all first reading ordinances will be back on the March agenda on March the 9th for public hearing, followed by a second reading and approval, or however. Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you.
Your second ordinance is an ordinance of the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee to approve the rezoning of 10.01 plus or minus acres owned by Tehender and Ballinger Judge located on the side of the future extension of Cowsonic Way and referenced on Bedford County Tax Map 69, Parcel 58.06, from Low Density Residential District or R2 zoning district to the Light Industrial I1 zoning district, and repealing any ordinance or portion of ordinance in conflict therewith.
Do we have a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs, yes. Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
Approved.
Sorry, my paperclip got messed up. Your third ordinance is an ordinance to adopt reapportionment and redistricting plan and the map for the city of Shelbyville, Tennessee.
Do I have a motion to approve that?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Isaacs?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you.
Your fourth ordinance is an ordinance to amend the adopted budget ordinance as amended at the City of Shelbyville, Tennessee, various funds for the fiscal year 2022-2023, the period ending on June 30th, 2023.
Do I have a motion to approve that?
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing? Yes. Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Thank you.
Your fifth and final ordinance is an ordinance of the City of Shelbyville, Tennessee, establishing the municipal property tax levy for the fiscal year 2023-2024 at $1.59 on each $100 of assessed valuation of property and providing for an effective date of July 1st, 2023.
Does anyone have a motion on that tax rate?
I do.
Okay.
I'd like to see, could we move that to 148?
Do we have a second on that 148?
I second that.
Okay. Roll call, please.
That will be amending the ordinance, just an excerpt, that amends the ordinance, then you have to vote on the ordinance.
Okay.
2 votes.
So the
Because it's
first,
presented at $1.59, so you have to amend this ordinance, take Councilman Turnbow's as an amendment of the ordinance to that dollar amount.
so the first motion is, the first vote is vote to amend the ordinance to $1.48, the tax rate to $1.48. Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
No.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs?
No.
The motion to amend the ordinance to $1.48 passes with 4 yeses and 2 noes. Then you would need a motion to approve the ordinance as amended.
$1.48.
Need a motion to approve that as amended?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on that?
I'm sorry, was that Mr. Turnbow that seconded? Or
Who seconded? Who seconded?
Mr. Christie? Okay.
Okay. Do we have
No,
a
Mr.
discussion on
Christie was
that?
first, Mr. Turnbow was
Ms.
second.
Philhouse?
I got a
Motion second.
question. Even though this says for the 23-24 fiscal year, which is not even gonna start till July 1st, I understand that we still have to pass set a property tax rate based on a budget that is still forthcoming in May and June. Is that right? Or is this it for the?
No, that would be correct.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
Okay.
Roll call?
Okay, this time you're voting on passing the ordinance as amended at $1.48. Councilmember Isaacs?
No.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
No.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
The ordinance passes on first reading, $1.48, 4 yeses, 2 noes.
Thank you.
You ready for resolutions? Okay. Your first resolution is a resolution authorizing an official delegation to the 2023 Tennessee Municipal League Legislative Conference in Nashville, Tennessee for March 13th and 14th, 2023, providing for the attendance and expenditures of that delegation consisting of the mayor, the city manager, and the city council members.
Do I have a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you.
Your second resolution is a resolution of the Shelbyville City Council to repeal all previous ordinances and resolutions pertaining to planning and community development fee schedule, and to adopt an updated planning and community development fee schedule.
Do I have a motion to approve that? Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Lisa.
Councilmember Turnbow,
Yes.
Councilmember Isaacs,
Yes.
Councilmember Christie,
Yes.
Councilmember Hale,
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing,
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse.
Yes.
Approved.
Thank you.
Okay, on your, third ordinance, there's choice one and choice two, Lisa?
Yes, ma'am. You wanna start with just the first one? I don't know how to handle that. At the study session, there
There's two
was
ordinances.
discussion over which way the council would want to go. So, our planning director, our parks director, Mr. Alsop, gave them both choices.
Gotcha.
A staff summary was included in the packet that laid out both choices, so I don't know, how you wanna.
I'll read, the caption really doesn't indicate between each one, so I just wanna bring that to the table. I've got two here in front of me, so
So you
I'll
just
read the
read the
caption,
caption.
and then they'll have to indicate what they want in terms, cause the dollar amount is not in the caption. So the caption is a resolution of the mayor and city council of Shelbyville, Tennessee, authorizing a grant application to the Division of Recreation Educational Services, the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation, for the local parks and recreation fund grants.
Do I have a motion to approve on that, or?
I move we adopt resolution number one, the $1.5 million grant.
This grant reads that you would, be applying for $1,500,000. The matching contribution of the city, which would be then allocated in the 2023-2024 annual budget, would be $750,000. That is one option. The second option was a grant of $750,000. The local match next year's budget would be $375,000.
Fieldhouse has made a motion to accept, number one. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Okay, this is a roll call to accept option one.
Yes, that's correct.
And I believe that one is for 2 tennis courts, upgrading the current tennis courts, and 2 pickleball courts. All the lighting and utilities that go with that, correct, Mike? Okay. Councilmember Ewing?
No.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow?
No.
Councilmember Isaacs?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
No.
Councilmember Hale?
No.
That motion fails.
Okay, do we have a motion on the second, choice there?
Again, this choice is for $750,000 grant. The city's match would be $375,000, which would need to be allocated in your upcoming 2023-2024 budget.
And what might this entail as far as what do we get for this?
That is for 2, go ahead, Mike, you come on up.
The option 2 is for 2 tennis courts, no pickleball courts.
And that's $750 up front, and then we get half back, right?
Right, I would, apply for reimbursement.
Don't they play pickleball on the tennis court?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion on option 2? We do not. Lisa?
Resolution dies with no motion.
Okay. Thank you. All right, business items, and we'll ask, City Manager Scott Collins to, address that item.
Thank you, Mayor. This issue is for council to consider approval of the contract with Neil Schaefer for the scope of engineering work on TDOT TAP Phase 5 project. This is the Greenway Riverwalk Trail System with the river overlook, and with approval, it allows the mayor and city attorney to sign. The scope of services has been broken down by the officials of Neil Schaefer, and the amount is $303,319 for the engineering services. This will go over a minimum of 2 budget cycles, and it is approximately 18% of the $1.7 million plus project, which is a very reasonable rate. Traditionally, it runs anywhere from 16% up to 25%. And we do have representatives from Neil Schaefer here, project manager Sean Mayer, and also Whitney Summers. Sorry. I still want to call her Whitney Sullivan.
Do we have a motion on that to approve?
Question, do we have any kind of estimate on cost of this overlook?
Yes, sir. We're expecting it to be around the $1.7 million project overall.
Including the,
Yes.
and do we have any grants for this at all?
Yes, sir. This is a TDOT Transportation Alternative Program grant, and for the construction cost, TDOT pays 80%.
Thank you.
So we recently did $500,000 on the beginning stages of some study down by the river. Tell me,
I'm not sure which,
Want to represent this company?
well, I'm not sure what study are you talking about, Councilmember Ewing?
I thought it was some type of river walk in that area.
This actual, grant has been going on for several years. We only recently got approval for this, but we have applied for this through TDOT. This is a TAP program, which is what the sidewalks and stuff were done with on the square. So we applied for this in the last 3 cycles, and we just were awarded it this time. It was originally called TAP Phase 7, but TDOT asked us to rename it to TAP Phase 5. We haven't received a grant or spent any funds for the overlook or the Riverwalk or the trailways or anything before, but we have been talking about it, and it has been before y'all for us to apply for the grant. But I'm not aware of anything that we've received where we've spent any funds for any projects down there.
That's okay. Which 2 budget cycles will this cover?
It should start with, hopefully, upon approval of this, it'll start in this budget cycle and then continue on. The NEPA phase, which is considered the environmental study, is traditionally a 12-month cycle. So it will certainly extend on into the current budget, which is 22-23, on into the 23-24 budget for next year.
So we're looking probably around 300-something thousand, 400 some, our part.
579.
Yes.
For our part.
Yes.
579,000.
We are responsible for all
But that's our
pre-construction
overlook
costs.
that we wanted, that we think that really should be a tourism advantage.
We won't really know the final cost was, but yes.
Gotta be clear up. When we start this, we got 80-20, is that what you said as far as the grant?
For construction costs, it'll be 80% from TDOT, 20% local share.
When do we have to pay that 20%? As the project goes along, we pay 20% of whatever's been
Yes, sir, it is a type of reimbursement fund, and the contractor will send us invoices, the city will pay them, and then submit that to TDOT, and they'll send us back 80% of the cost on construction costs.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. Anyone else have any questions on that? Okay, do I have a motion to approve that, to move forward on it?
So moved.
Have a second?
I'm sorry, who seconded? Councilmember, okay, thank you.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Isaacs?
Yes.
Councilmember Christie?
Yes.
Councilmember Hale?
Yes.
Councilmember Ewing?
Yes.
Councilmember Feldhouse?
Yes.
Councilmember Turnbow?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa.
That's approved.
Okay, thank you, Scott. The, next item is appointments for the Bedford County Listening Project Committee. And I'm looking at a letter from Mr. Tristan Call, is that right? Okay. Mr. Call, would you, has recommended to us, says we're looking forward to, this committee, and thanks for your support the final stretch. And the recommendations for that committee, the members would be, number one, Stephanie Isaacs, that's Councilmember Isaacs. Number two would be Brian Stevens, he's one of our codes, or our codes director. Annette Warren, is Annette in the audience tonight? Okay. Kara Grimes. Sophia Tillett. Joanne Vassell. Barbara Gosser, is that correct? How you pronounce that?
Yes, she's not.
Okay. Anyone, that would be your committee, correct? Do we have to make any move on that, Lisa?
Just you appointing the members, Mr. Kit.
Okay. All right, we'll appoint members as ask them, ask the council to vote on it?
Yes.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve these members as, requested by the Bedford County Listening Project?
So moved.
Do we have a second? Okay,
You can do that by
all
all in favor.
in favor, please? Aye. Okay, thank you. All right, we're moving right along. All right, announcements. City Hall will be closed on Monday, February the 20th, in observation of President's Day. Monday's trash will be picked up on Tuesday, February the 21st, with Tuesday's regular drive. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.